It was a quiet Friday evening, and I was home alone enjoying the rare moment of peace. My husband was out of town for the weekend, and I had planned to spend the night catching up on my favorite shows. As I settled onto the couch with a bowl of popcorn, I heard a knock at the door. As dawn broke, reality began to creep back in. I lay next to Tom, my heart racing as I realized the implications of what had just happened. I had crossed a line, and I knew I would have to face the consequences. Tom stirred beside me, and I felt a mix of emotions: guilt, excitement, and confusion. We exchanged a knowing glance, both aware of the unspoken tension that now hung between us. "I didn't expect this," he said softly, a hint of regret in his voice. As we moved to his backyard, the smell of the grill filled the air, and we chatted easily, sharing stories and laughter. The sun began to set, casting a warm glow over everything. I felt a sense of comfort and ease that I hadn't experienced in a long time. After a few drinks, the atmosphere shifted. The playful banter turned into lingering glances, and I could feel the tension building between us. Tom leaned in closer, his voice low. "You know, I've always thought you were really beautiful." My heart raced at his compliment. I had never considered that he might see me that way. "Thank you," I replied, my voice barely above a whisper. Before I knew it, he was leaning in even closer, and our lips met in a soft kiss. It was electric, igniting a fire within me that I hadn't felt in years. I pulled back, my mind racing with thoughts of what I was doing. This was my neighbor, and I was married. But the thrill of the moment was intoxicating. Tom must have sensed my hesitation. "We don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with," he said, his eyes searching mine. But the chemistry between us was undeniable, and I found myself wanting more. With a mix of excitement and apprehension, I leaned in again, this time deepening the kiss. His hands found their way to my waist, pulling me closer. As the kiss grew more passionate, I could feel the heat radiating between us, and I knew I was crossing a line. In a whirlwind of desire, we stumbled into his house, the door closing behind us. The world outside faded away as we lost ourselves in each other. Tom's hands roamed my body, exploring every curve, igniting a fire within me that I had long forgotten. As dawn broke, reality began to creep back in. I lay next to Tom, my heart racing as I realized the implications of what had just happened. I had crossed a line, and I knew I would have to face the consequences. Tom stirred beside me, and I felt a mix of emotions: guilt, excitement, and confusion. We exchanged a knowing glance, both aware of the unspoken tension that now hung between us. "I didn't expect this," he said softly, a hint of regret in his voice. "Neither did I admitted, my heart heavy with the weight of my choices. As I got dressed and prepared to leave, I knew that this encounter would change everything. I had to confront the reality of my marriage and the choices I had made. The thrill of the night would linger in my mind, but I also knew I had to find a way to reconcile my desires with my commitments. Walking back to my house, I felt a mix of exhilaration and dread. I had crossed a line, and now I had to face the consequences of my actions. The unexpected encounter with my neighbor had awakened something within me, and I knew I had to make some difficult decisions moving forward. This story is a work of fiction, crafted for entertainment and reflective purposes. Any resemblance to actual events or persons is purely coincidental. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us create a space where we can share, reflect, and grow together.